Well, hey, Renaissance family, I am excited to just give you some updates on some of our gatherings and some of where we are headed the rest of 2026. As many of you know, when we imagine church at Renaissance, we don't imagine a building or even like a large gathering. We think of something decentralized. We are a collection of churches, in essence, run by everyday normal people in homes and third spaces. Each of those expressions of the church kind of has their own identity, their own name. They gather at different times. They gather in a way that is contextual to their strengths, their talents, to their neighborhood. And we've always leaned into that. Yet at the same time, we have always believed that it was important that we were a part of something bigger. And so a few years ago, about a handful of years ago, when we went from like 1 to 4 microchurches, we kind of created a monthly rhythm, a monthly gathering. Looks similar to some of the paradigms that we had come from, but just a place for us to come together, to support one another, to be encouraged, because often this work is very lonely and the gains are very marginal. And also just to be galvanized around some of the core beliefs that we had around place and people and mission and God using everyday normal people to accomplish his purposes. And that's been really beautiful and wonderful over the last handful of years, but we are starting to realize that our monthly gathering needs to kind of change and adapt. We have grown rather pretty awesomely, numerically and geographically. And so the way that we have been kind of expressing that monthly rhythm, that monthly gathering on the first Sunday of the month is going to change. And so our goal is the rest of this year that we are going to pivot from one expression to really having 2 separate types of gatherings that are we're going to bounce between on a bi-monthly rhythm. Those 2 rhythms are really simple. One is called Celebration Sundays, and the other one is called Equipping Sundays. Let me explain those both really quickly to you. Celebration Sundays are keeping the name of what we've previously done on the first Sunday of the month, but they're going to look a little bit different and they're going to really lean into the name. These are now going to simply be a place for us to come together and worship together, to tell stories. We're going to hear from different people around our movement just about some of the things that are happening and what God is doing. And then we're going to have fun. We're going to lean into the theology of play, and we're going to have a big feast. We're going to kind of take the potluck that we've been doing and just kind of amplify it. We're going to add some main courses so that we can really just have an awesome meal together. And we want this to be a place that is the most open space in our network, that anyone that is interested in what we're doing, anybody from any of our microchurches, any practitioner that we have that's kind of living life solo and wants to be a part of what we're doing and leaning into other relationships can come and just have a great time. Sing together, celebrate what God's doing in different parts of our network, feast together, have fun together. That's what we're really looking for. And then on the opposite rhythm is our Equipping Sundays. And for some of you, you know, this last year in 2025, we kind of experimented a little bit with what we were calling clusters, these kind of geographic huddles where several microchurches in a given region were come together to worship together, support one another. And we're going to kind of lean into that just a little bit further. We're calling these Equipping Sundays, and it's just a space for those microchurches that are close nearby to build some camaraderie, to hear from one another, to design gatherings that they can know what's actually going on, how they can support one another, how they can care for one another, how they can pray for one another. And we're hoping maybe some cool projects could maybe even kind of birth out of that, where you realize that you don't have to do it solo, or that you could be there for one another. We're even imagining that those gatherings would be spaces for like our summertime on the road, where we could begin to do neighborhood immersion experiences, where we could go and tour another nearby microchurch's neighborhood and walk their neighborhood and pray together and eat food that represents the culture of that neighborhood. And so on. And so that we're excited about that. Some of you we know are kind of out on islands, so to speak, geographically. You're not close to other microchurches, and we're going to be kind of designing those gatherings in a way that you can still maybe join via online, or when you want to lean into one of the other kind of clusters, so to speak, one of the other rhythms that it's happening on those Sundays. So we're going to kind of bounce between these two, Celebration Sundays and Equipping Sundays. Sundays starting in April. There's going to be a lot more online. There's a lot more in our Slack. There's a lot more in email for you to kind of look through, like, what is this really? Who are we trying to reach in these? What are we trying to accomplish? We are going to continue to experiment, and we want more feedback. Your feedback has helped shape what these already are, and we're going to be looking for more feedback as we kind of give it a go. We're going to this Sunday, on March 8th, we are going to be gathering together for kind of an old version of what we've done in the past. And part of that is going to be talking through this, helping you understand it a little bit better. Hope you can be there. But this is what we're excited about. This is going to be starting in April, and we hope that you'll lean in. Just give this a go as we just try to be the church as a movement, as a decentralized movement of expressions of the church coming together and realize that we are better together. If you have questions, as always, reach out to our team. Email us at hub@wearerenaissance.org, and we hope we see you starting in April at these gatherings.